and you're stuck in a car with a bunch of people, and you can't go to the tournament you guys are all going on to.
I would sit down and imagine that like you asked me to, but the thing is, Fang, I don't want to.
I don't want to imagine either, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And anyway, we're getting into game 1 right here. Already GwJ off to an explosive start right here, keeping numbers in the air. But don't think just because numbers is off stage that GwJ has him in a position that is advantageous. John might as well just set up his house off stage, because that is where he thrives. There is where he lives and breathes. John is also really good at capturing some of the movement options in Smash 4. For instance, if you try dashing towards him, you're going to get a fat sun to the face.
Yeah. He's so good at mixing that up at the proper and opportune times. That's considered by some to be one of the best projectiles in the game, the Sun Salutation.
Also
just
heals.
because it's so hard to be, yeah, it also heals you, of course. Just because it's so hard to punish Wii Fit Trainer with even like most characters that you have. Like some characters have overhead nairs that they can maybe like go above. Ooh!
Wow! Heads up! Let me see those Ho3K headers in the chat, baby.
Oh my God! You ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh, man? You ever just sit down at home and watch a Yu-Gi-Oh marathon?
Jesus.
John Numbers is out here recommending that.
And right now, GwJ trying to collect himself here. Numbers like very patiently. It's almost as if he like read GwJ's mind before he started.
Ooh, that was actually really slick by GwJ right there. He did the lunar landing, but the Luma was actually pretty far behind him, and it covered John Numbers' landing retreating option. That was actually pretty smart stuff by him, and he was able to get a grab off of it too. So this is not exactly out of the realm of possibility yet. I mean, John Numbers, of course, best Wii Fit trainer in the entire world. That's
oh, definitely.
That's a pretty staggering thing to say. When absolutely uncontested. It's by a very large margin. But you can't exactly, when you go up against a player of his caliber, you can't tell yourself that, like, oh, this guy is just the best in the world. Like, regardless of who the player is, you got to tell yourself that I can't do this.
Absolutely.
Because regardless of a player's skill level, if you tell them that this guy is better than you, he is. He or she is like, automatically better than you. So hopefully GwJ's mentality is feeling pretty good against Numbers right here. But it's really rough for Rosalina, man, when your up B has no hitbox. With a character who thrives off stage as much as Wii Fit Trainer does, Wii Fit should be able to get a lot of pretty solid interceptions against Rosalina off stage if John Numbers is patient enough. And believe me, John Numbers is patient enough. He's one of the most patient players I've ever seen in my life. And it's because you have to be with a character whose approach options are fairly as lackluster as Wii Fit Trainers. But we'll see what GwJ is going to be able to pull out of his sleeve. And it's not going to be much because game 1 is going to cleanly go to John Numbers with a 2-stock.
I was joking about this on Wednesday, where if you come to New York, there's 3 things you can do. You can see like attractions like the Empire State Building. You can eat at fantastic restaurants. Or number 3, you can have the John Numbers experience. And that basically is testing how good you are at this game. John will punish you for literally every stupid option you throw out, and he's just super patient, and his inputs are always just so precise. He really puts a lot of careful thought into every input.
He very does.
And switching to Rob
Very much does. Yeah. It looks like we have Robert the Robot coming out. He's trying to throw him into the gyro, but the DI from GwJ is going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now, Numbers does actually sport a win over Waddy's Rob. Pretty impressively. He got it over the summer at it's a little tournament called Alpha, regional in Long Island. And he's also very good with his projectiles. Like, he likes to hog the gyro, keep it off stage, and also just punish Rob for any overextensions he might make. I guess this might be more of a comfort counter pick for GwJ. I'm not really too sure. But he seems to be going better than the Rosa already, probably because he can just sit back and he doesn't have to approach all the time. He can just thrive off of shooting his lasers, using those gyros. And I cannot believe a top that you buy at Toys R Us is colliding with an energy ball made of sun. Numbers is actually winning that trade because he's healing off of every sun he shoots at him.
Hey man, Beyblades. That stuff's pretty powerful, man. And I think the reason that this Rob pick might have come out is because, like you said before, approaching John Numbers is pretty difficult.
Yes.
It's a pretty difficult thing to do. He thrives off of aggro, messy approach options. That's what he does. He lives to punish those, and it's because Wii Fit Trainer's approach options herself aren't exactly that good. Like, see, right there, he could have run up, done a dash attack, maybe tried to go for a grab, but he always elects to go for the Sun Salutation instead because of how good of a projectile that is.
And not going to get
that down smash whip, not going to be able to get punished there. He might have gone Rob because, like, he knows that Rob's projectile game is very good himself. Maybe he's like, okay, if I can't approach John Numbers, maybe I'll play a character where I don't exactly have to.
And And Numbers now finding himself out of the beat boot percentages. As you can see, he jumped out of that down throw into up air right there. Ooh, this is very scary.
Very close.
GwJ, he's off stage,
Ooh,
missing
no
that tech, and he gets
the
stuck.
reverse fair spike.
That hitbox, I can't. That's not even a fair, man. Honestly, that's the oddest fair in this entire
What are you talking about?
game.
It is fair.
Oh,
It is fair.
Gosh.
It's literally his fair. Like, what are you saying?
and now John's gonna be getting so much percentage off that down throw right there, finding himself a nice little lead. And when you're behind, oh, and the
That's
beat
it.
boop. He actually DI'd that optimally,
yeah.
believe it or not. He went from the left, and on the very last hit, you're supposed to switch your direction.
It's actually pretty complicated.
It's very
DI.
difficult, yeah. You have to lean it all the way to one side for the multi-hits, and at the very last second, you switch your DI. And that spike right there is coming out. GwJ evening this game up. Could
Top
we
is in
potentially see a
hand
win?
for John Numbers.
He just smashed through that upward, so he wouldn't be able to use that gyro. Excellent stuff by Numbers right there. Yeah, he could just keep doing that over and over again. As long as that gyro is on stage, Rob can't summon another one. And half of Rob's like defensive stage control tools are already eliminated. Oh my gosh! Not gonna be it.
Not
just
enough
yet.
percent. I figured it wasn't enough percent, but you never know with that when you're that high on the top platform.
It also looked really cool.
It definitely looked very cool as well. But look at John Numbers just playing like leapfrog with himself with the top. Just taking like, yeah, you know what? You have this top, you have this Beyblade that's like pretty much one of your best absolute tools as a character. I'm just gonna take that away from you and just neutralize everything you stand for.
And right now, Numbers treating this like a bullet hell game. He's just shooting soccer balls, the gyro, and Salute the Suns right back at GwJ. GwJ can't really find his bearing after he's getting locked down by all these projectiles. Numbers going off stage, now giving GwJ stage control. But he gets the quick forward tilt hitbox. That is actually one of Weepit's quickest options out of shield.
Just air dodging, bobbing, and weaving around everything that GwJ is doing. I don't know, man. John Numbers' movement has been on point, especially his offstage movement, as it is one to be. But just one more grab maybe should be enough percent.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Okay.
And that was absolutely
Okay, John.
All right.
Okay, John, you're kind of smart. You're a pretty intelligent player.
Mensa.